Let's hear it, Las Vegas. Let's go. That's the last time I want to hear anything out of any of you. Alright, so welcome. I'm glad you guys are all here. WordCamp is awesome. I'm a big fan of WordCamp. First time caller, long time listener. So this is add some zip to your WordPress site. This is all about plugins. If you don't get the joke, plugins come in a .zip file format. So this is adding some zip to your site. Yeah, so this is talking about plugins. This is my Twitter handle. If you guys want to blow me up on Twitter, say mean things, I don't care. Go ahead. Disclaimer, I might say some naughty words. I apologize, Mom and John. Okay. I saw that actually on a WordPress TV speak. The guy gave a disclaimer. I may as well do it too. First off, I just want to say that a plugin can be one file that does one specific thing. If you look at Hello Dolly, it's one file. It's not a folder with several folders, so on and so forth. It's one file that does one thing. That's kind of how plugins started. Plugins used to just do one specific thing. Now, since 2009, you have these plugins like WooCommerce or Gravity Forms that has like 700 folders in it. Each folder has 700 files in it, and it just does one thing. It adds a like box to for Facebook in the header, but it has like 1,000 folders in it. It's kind of unnecessary. I have a prediction, and I don't think it's going to come true, but I'm going to make it anyways. With WordPress themes, I really think themes are just going to be files and kind of simple layouts, and your whole entire theme is going to run off of a plugin. Because there's like really cool custom post type plugins and like Gravity Forms and an e-commerce plugin. You really kind of use that plugin and you don't use your theme. All you're doing is you're using either a full width or a single width or some kind of simple layout. So it's like you're using the plugin. Why do I need a theme? I should be able to change my theme on the fly and I'm still using the plugin. That's kind of my prediction. So the first category we're going to talk about is e-commerce. Okay? This is selling stuff online. The next one we're going to talk about is contact forms. This is actually a big category that a lot of people ask me about. I need a contact form for hiring. I need a contact form for firing. So contact forms is something that is a big discussion across any meetup, any WordCamp. The last thing we're going to talk about is custom post types. If you do not know what a custom post type is, I know that this is the user kind of beginner track, but I have a rad plugin for you that's going to just blow all the mystery out, and you're never going to want to learn how to actually do custom post types. You're just going to install this plugin, set it, and forget it. So e-commerce, what is this? I've heard about this. Okay? It's the selling and buying of products or services over electronic systems like the internet or computer network. Best Buy. When you buy something at Best Buy, they do it all by phone now. It's all e-commerce. That's what they're doing. They have maybe 1 or 2 cash registers now. Everything else, you're just kind of using Square. There's a good Square plug for you. Okay? So with e-commerce, your site can look just like eBay if you know a lot about CSS styling and how you want to set it up. Okay? You can have a simple login, logout feature with the plugin that I'm going to show you. So if your theme doesn't have that, where up in the header or in the footer it says log in and then it says hello, welcome, whatever their username is, you can use this plugin and it's going to put that on the front end of your dashboard. You can also hide the WP admin from your users. This is good if you don't want people possibly coming in and hacking your site, which Tony Perez is going to talk about later. I think that's his name, right? Tony Perez, something like that. So with e-commerce, you're going to be able to do a lot of cool things. Even if you're not using a shop, you can still use WooCommerce just for the feature to let people log in and log out. It's incredible. We're going to go over this. So what's possible? The sky is the limit with e-commerce. You can sell physical products like books, shoes, all that good stuff. You can sell digital products, PSDs, PFDs, AI files. You can sell all that kind of good stuff. So every item you have for sale is going to have probably 3 different sizes. If you have a t-shirt, it's a large, it's a small, it's a red, a green, a blue. With e-commerce, you can set that up. So that way you can let people come to your site, they're going to add this shirt to their store, or to their shopping cart, and then they select the attributes. Now people buy it, you're shipping it, and it's good to go. Can your theme right now handle e-commerce? The simple answer is yes. If you're using an older theme or kind of an outdated theme, it needs a little kick in the side, but it can still handle e-commerce. There's more than one e-commerce plugin out there. The actual people who are sponsoring our after party, the WP e-commerce plugin, they can, their shop is actually probably preferred if you have an older, like 2006 theme. They can do incredible things. WooCommerce is more, it's like you have the latest, most cutting edge, whatever theme. You're probably going to want to use WooCommerce. So let's talk about WooCommerce. It's not just a shop. Right now they're turning it into a lifestyle. Okay? So when you look at this, how many people have heard of Woo themes? Anybody heard of Woo themes? Yeah, they're awesome. I like the little ninja dude. The little ninja dude's cute. You know? They actually had a theme. If you were on WordPress.com, they had a theme called Bueno. In 2010, it was the #1 theme being used across WordPress.com. It was insane because it looked great, it functioned great, and they just kind of used that theme to set their benchmark, and everything is either the same status as that or it's gone up. But so WooCommerce is incredible. So with this plugin, you're going to manage all your products. So if you're selling shoes and shirts, you can manage everything. You can handle all your orders. When somebody buys things, you can find out all their details, their shipping. You can even send them an invoice, or if somebody has items in a shopping cart and you're like, hey, I want your money, I'm going to send you this little push notification that says, hey, you still have stuff in your shopping cart, come give me your money. It's really cool. You can use this plugin to do that. Like I said, you can just use it just for the registering items. Okay? So if you are a developer and you're using like ThemeForest themes or something like that, and it doesn't have a login, logout feature, you just use this and it's all done. Okay? You have that automatically built in. It's not going to be in the upper left-hand corner, but you can have it in the center of the page. It looks great. People don't even know the difference. All right? Awesome. This plugin, WooCommerce, is very easy to set up. You install it, you activate it. After you activate it, you get a big fat purple bar, and it says, would you like to install the dummy data? And you say, hell yeah, and you click, and it's there. All your pages are set up, everything is done for you. All you have to do is go to your menu and drag everything into your navigation, and you are set up. Now, the hardest thing you have to do is learn how to put products in. And putting products in are really, really simple. So this plugin is kind of like themes. If you have ever bought anything off of ThemeForest, it comes with sample data. Sample data, you import, you export, you do all this stuff. With WooCommerce, you can do that too, but it's all your products. Instead of, your pages and settings and all that good stuff, it's just products. But you can use this plugin on whatever site you want because it's free. That's kind of the good part of it. And you can import all your products. So if you're going to set up multiple shops, and maybe you're going to have this green shirt, but it has like only certain settings, you just import your settings, change it, and you're good to go. So any theme can be wooified. This is pretty cool. So if you've ever been on ThemeForest and you go to like e-commerce themes and it's like, this is so built for WooCommerce, you're gonna love it, pay me $65, All they really did was take the plugin itself, and there's a template folder. They dropped that folder into the theme. And then they opened up the PHP page called MyAdmin and changed some stupid stuff in there to do something clever. And that's all that they did. Your theme, you can just drop that same folder into your theme, and now your theme is set up for WooCommerce. You can also do this with Jigashop, but so since we're talking about WooCommerce, we're going to stick with that. But so, it's kind of like child theming. You have a My Account page, and the My Account page says, welcome username. From here you can change your password. You can see your latest products that you bought. You can even let people repurchase their products if you're selling, like dishes or knives or whatever. They want to keep buying them again. It's a it's a one click. They're back to PayPal. It's cool. They can change their billing info. They can edit their shipping info. But some people, if you're just using it for the login, log out feature, and you don't have a shop, you can put that PHP template into your theme, and now you can customize it. I use this for all my clients, so when they log into My Account, they don't have products. I have an actual WP nav that I use, and it takes them to our support site, or it takes them to their site that we have individual instructions on. So you can really theme this page, and you can theme this plugin to do something really specific. So anytime you see a theme that says this is set up for WooCommerce, now you know that's all they did. They copied a folder, and now they're trying to charge you $15 more. So like I said, out of the box, this plugin is simple to use. You install it, you activate it, install the sample data, and you're done. It even has a lot of cool free stuff. We all like free stuff, right? Who doesn't like free stuff? That's right, no one's raising your hand. All right, so with free stuff, WooCommerce and Woo Themes, they have a plugin called Woo Dojo, because they're all about ninjas. Woo Dojo is going to help you learn about the latest news. It's going to help you set up features. It's going to show you links to support. It's going to show you cool stuff like that. There's another plugin called WooCommerce Admin. So across the bar on the very top of your site, the admin bar, it's going to create another link, and it's going to say, check this out. And now it's going to link you to the forums, your profile. It's going to link you to Woo Themes, to the latest updates. But with a lot of free stuff that they do, they really kind of entice you to spend more money on their add-ons because they make a lot of things free. Okay. So add-ons. With WooCommerce currently, there isn't anything you can't do yet. If you want to have a service where you want people to pay you monthly, there's an add-on for that. If you want people to, okay, here's what I want to do. I want it to go, instead of go to PayPal, I want it to go to this crazy checkout that no one's ever heard of. They probably already have an add-on for that. How many people use Gravity Forms? Yeah, Gravity Forms is awesome. There's an add-on for that. You can use Gravity Forms with WooCommerce. So if you were selling pizzas, you can actually have a pizza as a product, and here's a price. It's $7. Now, you can create a Gravity Form that says if they choose option A, add 25 cents to the grand total. So you can create totally cool custom forms that do that. There's actually, if you go to Woo Themes and check out the add-on, it's called Gravity Forms Add-on. They show you a great demo of it, an actual pizza site that does this. It's incredible what you can do with WooCommerce and Gravity Forms. Hooks and filters. Who doesn't know what a hook and a filter is? Alright, a couple people. So a hook and a filter, think of it like this. If you wanted to hang a hat on your wall, how do you get the hat on your wall? A hook, right? That's what you're doing. So Woo Themes already has hooks built into themes that they use, or they have certain things that if you want to put featured products below every product, there's a hook to do that. And it's going to place it somewhere. So if there's something that you thought of and you're I don't know if they have it, they probably already do. And a filter is going to let you take all your products and filter it down. It's an actual code that you have to place somewhere in your theme to do the specific function, but that's how it works. So you have a hook, and you have a filter. Okay? WooCommerce, they've already wrote 15,000 different hooks and filters. So if you're I'm trying to do this specific thing, they probably already have it. You copy it, you paste it, you drop it in your functions PHP file. Now your site does something completely cool, and it took you 3.5 seconds to copy and paste. It's really, really cool. The benefits. What are the benefits of WooCommerce? Well, the benefits of WooCommerce are it's multi-site capable. Okay, like I said, you can use it just for the login, logout feature. You install it on all of your multi-sites. Now if somebody goes to like shop.yourdomain.com, they can still log in. Once they log in, now they can still move across your network. But this way you don't have to keep buying themes just for the login, logout feature. You just install WooCommerce and you're set up and it's good to go. Sorry about that. So yeah, with this plugin you get a lot of cool CSS options. They actually have a lot of dynamic things where you want like a border around all your products. It's drag and drop. You don't have to know the color hex. You just drag the little mouse to where the color is and click OK. You can set up things dynamically. It's insane. I really love this plugin. By itself, you can do a lot. But when you have like Gravity Forms or you have this subscription add-on, this plugin just really makes your site look 10 times better than it already is. And now people think that you're a genius, that you know how to make an e-commerce store do something, and you're just using this plugin. Contact forms. Okay, so here's my next category. 9 out of 10 times, if I'm building a site, I have a client's like, I have 15 contact forms for you. I need this, and I need conditional forms, I need the CAPTCHA, I'm going to sell like store products, so you don't want to get into that. Okay, so you have a plugin like Gravity Forms, or Contact Form 7. Who knows about Contact Form 7? Contact Form 7 is great, nothing against it. You get a lot of theme forest things that are like, this is set up for Contact Form 7. Again, they did the same things that people do with WooCommerce. It's just like, okay, they copied a couple files, it does something specific, and it's great. With Gravity Forms, it has, again, its own Pro Pack. So if you want to make a Gravity form where somebody can submit something to your site, and you want them to pay you first, they type in all their info, and now it sends them to PayPal, they pay you money, and then they can send you their message. It's awesome. If you use MailChimp, who uses MailChimp? MailChimp is awesome. With MailChimp, you create a quick little Gravity form. It's going to add that email to whatever MailChimp newsletter you have going out. It does it for you. You don't have to know how to do this stuff. Somebody already figured it out, made it a plugin, made it an add-on to make your life easier. That's why we all use WordPress, right? Who wants to sit there and make an index HTML file and a blog file and add this and add that? No, WordPress does it for you. That's kind of my big selling point about WordPress. Okay, so what's the difference with a plugin and your theme? Every theme has a contact form, most likely, okay? But your contact form that comes with the theme, it's going to be really simple. What's your name? What's your email? What do you want to talk to me about? If you have some kind of hiring process or you want a form that does something crazy, you have to go and edit that file, edit the file where it sends the information, edit the template that displays the information. Why bother with that? You have a plugin like Gravity Forms, you have a hook, you have a filter, it's going to do all these things for you, and you can really save time. You don't have to worry about creating templates, referencing these templates, making sure they're in the right directory. Gravity Forms is going to take care of all of the heavy lifting. All you do is kind of click, drop, save, and your contact form is done. That's the beautiful part about Gravity Forms. Contact forms, all they do is collect information. I don't care what people tell you, that's all a contact form does. Okay? You have a field where it says, what is your name? You type in your name and you click submit. Your name goes to some file somewhere on the server, it pulls in the information, it lines it up and does some cool little things, and it either sends it to an email address or it stores it in your database. Or you can send it to another app or whatever, but that's what a contact form does. It takes information, it sends it somewhere, it chops it, slices it, dices it, and then it sends it somewhere. Okay? But you can do a lot more with contact forms than just the regular, here's one contact form with 500 fields, and the thing is like this tall. Nobody wants to fill out those kind of forms. Those forms suck. You look at that form and you're like, there's 300 fields here. There's no way I'm going to sit here for the next 25 minutes just to give somebody some information. That's where Gravity Forms comes in. So Gravity Forms is really define gravity. This plugin alone makes other plugins seem like they're just so behind on times. Okay? The reason why is everything is click and drop. You have a lot of plugins that are like copy and paste, drag and drop, do this. Even Jetpack. If you do the share this feature, you have to drag and drop all your social networks and all this stuff. With Gravity Forms, you click and it adds it to your form. You click, it adds it to its form. And that feature alone is going to save you maybe 6 seconds by doing each field. Add up 6 seconds over a year. You're going to save that much time. That's where Gravity Forms has really helped me. It does more than just forms though. Okay? So they already have pre-made CSS options. So if you want to have a form where you have like your phone number and your email, and you want those fields next to each other, they already have CSS styling that does that for you. Again, it's copy, paste, somewhere where they tell you to do it, but it's going to line up. I just built a website for a children's indoor bounce house. Their contact form is set up like a Mad Lib, where it says, what is your name? What is your kid's name? Do they have insurance? But it's all set up like a Mad Lib, and that's really cool, and that kind of gives it that little personal touch. That's just people at Gravity Forms thinking, like, how can we blow the competition out of the water? You have Contact Form 7, where it doesn't give you a lot of styling options. You have to do it yourself. You have to do all this crazy things yourself and hope that it works. Gravity Forms, you click, you drop, you save, and your information is done. Making the switch. Who wants to switch to Gravity Forms right now? You know? Yeah. I'm not going to help you with that, but you should do Gravity Forms because you're going to save a lot of time. Like I said, there's so many support options for plugins these days. You just Google how to use Gravity Forms and you get a million YouTube videos on how to do this, how to do that. Who knows who Yoast is? Anybody know who Yoast is? Yeah, for SEO. Alright, that dude on his site has a whole thing about Gravity Forms and how to do this and how to use Gravity Forms with custom post types. And then send it to Twitter. And dude, he's incredible. That dude is insane. He's almost Andrew Nathan style or status. But even he talks about Gravity Forms. And if somebody with that kind of popularity and that kind of success rate of building sites and doing cool things uses it, I probably should be using it too. Yeah? There we go. Alright, so out of the box, Gravity Forms doesn't have that kind of export, import for sample data. But who needs it? When you have incredible support, you just learn how to do something and then you'll never forget it because Gravity Forms, regardless of the site that I'm building, when someone's like, I need a contact form, that's the only plugin that's going in, Gravity Forms. Even if they're not using contact forms, Gravity Forms is still installed on their site, just in case they change their mind down the road. Okay. So built-in features, the CSS styling. So let's say you have a bunch of checkboxes. You know, like you have, what time do you want to come into work tomorrow? You have 8 a.m., 8:05 to 8:10, 8:10 to 8:15. You have a bunch of like checkboxes. Instead of having a contact form where those checkboxes are all left aligned and they're all like really tall, there's pre-made CSS styles that go into the form in the Advanced tab, and it's going to line them up in columns for you. Or if you feel like you can do that better, you can add your own class name to each field and style it and do whatever the hell you want with it. That's what's really cool about Gravity Forms, is that's already built in. With like Contact Form 7, you have to go create the div yourself, do all this stuff yourself, where Gravity Forms is like, hey, we're going to only make you do like 5% of that, and then just the CSS. But they even have pre-made CSS styles for you. So all your fields that are like single text, where you just get a name or an email, they already have that CSS built. You just add it to your style.css, change the code, bam, done. Now you can stylize your fields. It's really, really cool. I like them a lot. So click and drop, we were talking about this earlier. I was talking about this, you guys were listening. So with click and drop, you just kind of click and it shows up. That's pretty cool. That's using Ajax, but at the same time, if you're using Contact Form 7, you create a field and it says, okay, add this short code here, add this short code here, do something else, do this, Why should I have to do something? I'm kind of paying you. It's kind of like a rap concert when rappers are like, get up, jump. It's like, I paid $150, you jump. You know? It's kind of the same thing, right? So it's like, all right, great. I have this click and drop feature. I'm going to set up my notifications real quick, and it's done. Conditions. Conditions with Gravity Forms is a selling point all on its own. So when I build sites for like medical offices who are going to hire like nurses and doctors, I use Gravity Form. And it says, what job position are you coming for? And you click doctor. If someone chooses doctor, it's going to show you these fields. Okay? Why do we need to know if they've been a nurse anywhere else if they're applying for a doctor? So let's use it in like our industry. You have a marketer and you have a developer. If I want to just hire a web developer, why do I need to ask them if they have any marketing skills? Why do I need to ask them if they've done any kind of college for marketing? You just want to ask them individual things about developing. And the same thing for marketing. So conditions are kind of like, if this is chosen, show this. On the back end, you can do something where if somebody uses your drop-down on your form and it says like, the answer is yes, if somebody selects the answer yes, send it to this email. If somebody chooses no, send it to this email. You know, so if you have a web development company, they have a marketer and a development, and somebody says, I want marketing, why do you want your developer to get the email as well? It should just go to the marketer. So the whole thing about conditional forms and Gravity Forms just makes every other plugin seem like they're just so behind. Multi-step forms. Who knows what a multi-step form is? A couple people. Awesome. I'm going to show you an example of this. How many people have applied to, let's say, Target or Walmart or a big corporation like that? No one. Okay, awesome. That guy probably. Okay, so when you go to like a hiring process on the website, it's going to show you 3 fields. What's your name, what's your email, what's your phone number? Click next. Now it takes you to another form that does something else. And it shows you only 3 fields. These kind of forms get filled out more than any other form on the internet. If you go to bills.com or lendingtree.com, they actually have a loan process to sign up for a mortgage and stuff, and you want people to fill out this form, but the loan application itself is insane. How many people have a mortgage, have filled out these forms? It sucks. You just fill out paper for days and days and days. If you want to apply for a loan or a mortgage online, it should be simple. It should be 3 steps, get some information, a loan officer calls you, that's what it is. I used to work for a mortgage broker here in town. That's how I saved their business. Using this kind of form, more people came to us because our process and our steps were cut in half because we can use things like WordPress and Gravity Forms. I like options. I love options. When I go to the bank and someone says, how would you like your cash back? I always say doubled. Okay? I have options. I love options. You always have options. So with Gravity Forms, you have a thing called a Pro Pack. And a Pro Pack is going to give you that add-on for MailChimp, the add-on for Twilio. Twilio is incredible, by the way. We won't talk about it. Google it. Look it up. It's going to give you an add-on for MailChimp, for PayPal, for Twilio, for FreshBooks. How many people use FreshBooks? That add-on is insane. I love it. But so you have a lot of options with Gravity Forms. And Gravity Forms, as they keep building new versions and new cool things, they always try to add a new form. You know, so they had the regular form, then they had the multi-step form, now they have the Mad Lib kind of form, and the next form, I can't wait, I'm excited. I don't even know what it is, I'm that excited about it. The best part about this plugin though, is having that kind of conditional, okay? If somebody sends me some information, here's what I want to do. I don't want to have to open my mail client just to reply back. So when you have a Gravity Form and someone sends you some information, you can reply back from your dashboard. Hey, I like your application. Please come in at 3 o'clock. Now you're still in WordPress and you're still doing your things, but you can reply back to emails. It's only one time though, you know. So if they reply back, now you have to open your mail client. But at the same time, if you're just going to send them some information that says, please come in at 3 o'clock, don't reply to this email. Great, now you know that you don't have to go check your mail client, but they still got the message. You can do so much from inside the dashboard with this plugin. I'm still not done talking about Gravity Forms though. Yeah. Gravity Forms really opened my eyes to what is possible with WordPress. This year, I've used Gravity Forms more than any other plugin. And that's including WooCommerce, and I install WooCommerce on every site. So I use Gravity Forms all the time. I use custom post types, and with Gravity Forms, you can have a form that somebody can fill out, and it creates a custom post type for you. That's incredible. If I want to have somebody who's like, I want them to let me sell their product, just tell me some information about your product, fill out a Gravity form, now it adds it to WooCommerce. That's awesome. So the plugins that I'm talking about today, by themselves, are incredible. Together, you can build some really freaky stuff. I'm not even fronting. Is that a word? All right. It is now. Damn right. We're going to trademark that. Custom post types. Okay. I know we're all beginners. It's okay. I got you. Okay? Just kind of jump on my coattails with this. WordPress comes with 2 post types. You have posts, which are your default templates for posts, and then you have pages, which are your default pages for like static information. Okay? How many people have a theme here from Theme Forest? Alright, a couple people. I'm going to let you down really soft. A theme from Theme Forest is just a custom post type. That's all that it is. It's a custom post type to add a portfolio where you go to add the actual post type itself, give it a title, give it a description, upload a featured image. That's all you're doing. So you just paid like $60 for this theme when you can install a plugin and do the same thing yourself. And now, you know, that guy doesn't get your money anymore. I'm not saying that the theme you bought isn't worth it. I'm just saying, you hear this word premium theme, they're not premium themes, they're just custom post types. If you watch Matt Mullenweg's State of WordPress on WordPress.tv, he actually shows you people in Brazil that are using custom post types, and they're making cool maps. They're doing cool stuff like that. With a custom post type, you can do a lot of cool things. Alright, so welcome everybody to custom post types. Okay? A custom post type is, let's say you have a magazine, and you're doing all sports. Soccer, football, baseball, soccer, I already said that right, auto racing, cricket, and let's say like a new sport just comes out tomorrow, basketball, and you're like, oh man, my theme doesn't do basketball. I can never report on basketball. Well, with the custom post type, you register it, now you have a basketball tab in your admin inside the dashboard, and now you can blog all day about basketball. A new sport comes out, and you're like, oh, I need another one. With this plugin, it's called Types, by the way. I know I keep building it up. It's called Types plugin. With this plugin, you create the custom post type in like 30 seconds. Now you're already blogging about it. You're already going. You know, it's that simple. So you hear custom post types, and it's like, are they really easy? And to do custom post types, you have to open the function PHP file. Open this file. Open that file. So to save you some time, just use this plugin. It's going to save you so much time, and it's going to let you really understand how custom post types work. Once you understand how they work, then you can understand how the templates get built. Once you understand how the templates get built, now you don't need this plugin anymore, but at least this plugin was like that kind of intermediate step. Instead of going and reading somebody's tutorial and copying and pasting their code and hoping your site doesn't go down, this plugin is really going to make that transition between, I just used the theme that I bought and nothing else, and now I'm adding my own custom content to this theme. And that kind of goes with the whole idea of Theme Forest and these premium themes that do something. That's why my prediction about they're just going to be files that just give you a layout, and these plugins are going to control your theme. A lot of them already do that. If you buy a theme from Theme Forest, there's a couple that use a framework called the Option Tree Framework. You install this plugin. Now, to make the contact form work, you have to install Contact Form 7. To make this work, install this plugin. They're already doing it. They're letting, these theme developers are letting plugins do the heavy lifting for you. You're just kind of buying the files. So that's kind of where my prediction went. I didn't want that to happen. Alright, so this plugin, it's going to save time. So here's what you can do. You're going to create custom fields, okay? If you want people to upload an image, you create a custom field for that. You want people to put in like how much a house for sale is going to be, it's a custom field. You don't put everything into the actual editor of a post. It's all custom field. It's all meta boxes. So you have the title, the description, and then below the description you have all your options below. Upload a file, put a price, do this, do that. Now when you click save, now your template gets saved, and that's all you're doing is you're creating custom fields. With this plugin, it's a quick click, drag and drop, name it, and it's done. Instead of, again, going to the function file, creating it, and doing all this crazy stuff. Okay. I know this seems like a lot of work, and at first, it probably is going to be. It was when I first learned it. Awesome. Okay, so when I first learned custom post types, I was like, man, I even went to John Hawkins and I was like, John, can you please show me custom post types? And John's like, no way, dude, not gonna happen. Okay, so I found this plugin and I was like, suck it, John, you know, I know how to do it now, all right? But so, once you master this plugin, you hear the word like taxonomy, you don't freak out anymore. You hear the word custom and you're like, dude, it's not custom, you're just renaming it something else. Custom is like when you take a car that's like the Jeep and you make it like a monster truck. That's custom. These are just renaming things that are already in your file. So these are the way of the future. This is why my prediction, I think, is going to be really solid, is because everything is a custom post type. When you buy a magazine theme, or when you look at a magazine theme, everything is a custom post type. You don't create a new post and call it a category and give it tags. No, it has its own category, which is called news, which is a custom post type, and then you define categories in that news. This is breaking news, this is world news, this is civil news, whatever. But this way, you have your own tab to manage everything just about news. Instead of going to posts and trying to find that post you wrote 10 years ago, now you just go to news, and at least you don't have to go through as many. So custom post types are awesome. There is one default with this plugin. If you don't want to have to build your own templates for these, or if you don't want it to use the standard template that your theme might have, there's a plugin called Views, V-I-E-W-S. If you go install the types plugin right now, and you go to like make a new post, it's going to recommend that you buy this. And why this plugin is cool is for every custom field you have, it's going to give you a shortcode. In that shortcode, now you just put it into the actual description box when you go to a new post, into the tiny MCE box. With that, you can use your theme plugins, or your theme shortcodes, the div 1/2 and the 1/2 last. And now inside of those shortcodes, you put your custom field shortcodes. You just designed your own template without ever touching PHP. That's pretty cool. So it's $50 for the Views plugin. You use it one time, and you're like, dude, I am never going to worry about custom post types again. Forget opening the function file, forget doing this. You install this plugin, you FTP up the View plugin, you're good to go. Yeah, the plugin's awesome, we just talked about all this. I have a couple more minutes, so I'm going to fly through all this. I'm still not done talking about it. What if you have a custom post type right now? What if you're like, dude, I have a portfolio custom post type and I just want to add another taxonomy to it? With this plugin, you can do that. You can create a new taxonomy and assign it to an already existing custom post type. So even if your theme was built before this plugin was installed, you can still attach things to things that are already there. It's awesome. Does anybody have any questions?
What's taxonomy?
Awesome! I'm so glad you asked that question. John said no one was going to do it. So WordPress likes to use these big words that people don't know. Taxonomy. That sounds, like when you buy something, you have a tax. It's like, oh, I'm going to buy whatever. A taxonomy, though, is like when you go to like add a new post, and below that it says tags, or it says stuff like that, or when you're into the actual editor for that, and you have a widget on the side that says like categories, those are all taxonomies. When it says like zip code, or it says, add your own whatever, those are all taxonomies. Again, that's a pretty big word for something that you could just say tags. Now people know what tags are, you don't have to worry about taxonomies. Other questions? Shout them when you know them, by the way.
Going back to Gravity Forms, before you bought the developer license, did you have the client buy the license and then you would install it, or how did you handle that? It's an annual renewal.
Sure. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I know people who know some people who know a guy who kind of hooked me up with Gravity Forms. It was kind of, done dirty. But I got to learn it, I got to use it. I was actually part of a blog where I got to create my own network using multi-site. Somebody had Gravity Forms there, and I was like, dude, this is cool. So I bought it now. And now I have a developer's license, and I will never let it go. That's all your questions?
Kind of. I'm just, because I've only installed Gravity Forms once on the client site, and that's what I did. I didn't know, workflow-wise or whatever, how other developers do it or designers do it.
Right.
I just kind of tell, just like with registration and posting, I say go buy it and then...
Sure. Well, so there's this big thing with developers where it's kind of like, you know what, that's why we build WordPress, because when I'm finished, it's your problem now. It's not my problem. Regardless if they're going to need Gravity Forms, since I have a developer license and they're still my client, I install it. It's the same thing with WooCommerce. Regardless if they're going to use a shop or not, I install it on everything. It's part of just my workflow with what I do.
But it's not built into your fee, or do you tell them?
No, it's built into my fee. It's like, okay, you're going to want custom fields, or you're going to want crazy contact forms. Here's how much it's going to cost. Since I already bought it, I'm not losing anything, and whatever. It's like $10, $5, whatever. If the client's being mean, hey, dude, it's like $100 for custom contact form. And now I just bought the plugin itself, and it's like, thanks, dude. Thanks for being a jerk. You hooked me up. Anybody else? What's up, boss? He's like me. Go on.
Could WordPress users set up their own shop from the front end using WooCommerce?
I am so glad you asked that. There is an add-on. Go to Woo Themes, go to WooCommerce, and look at the add-on. There is a BuddyPress add-on. It's already done for you. So it's going to explain a couple options, but you can let people sell products to each other on your network. You can let people do a lot of cool things. So the answer is yes. Somebody else had a hand, I saw it. Nobody had a hand. All right. Thank you, guys.